What's up, everybody? So today on the show we're going to have my brother Caleb, who is a former staffer with Clear Camps Incorporated, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his experiences with the camps. So let's not waste any more time, let's get right to it. So hey Caleb, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions about how Clear was. Your few summers of Clear and kind of what you did, and mostly sticking on Water Day.
Water Day.
So like the water relay and all that. But what was it like for preparing for Water Day?
It was a lot of like getting water balloons filled, getting the game set, getting the tape, the what do you call that stuff? The flagging tape. You get the flagging tape tied down and get all the stations set up, fill up the big garbage cans full of water. Mostly just fill water balloons. That would take just a lot of time. And you couldn't leave them out in the heat all day. Like, you would have to do them at a specific time so they wouldn't like burst in the heat or whatever. Water balloons, I think it's relaxing. Me personally, I'll sit there and it's almost like some, like when you're mowing the grass, mind numbing, I guess. You just keep on, and then time off. And I like it. It's nice. It's nice. You get soaking wet, and it'd be nice because it'd be hot outside. So
Tell me, how do you throw a water balloon?
there's an art. There's an art to it. So you have to we would fill these things pretty big. We would use not water balloons, but actual balloons. Like, they weren't designed for water, so they would be these massive, sometimes the size of a basketball water balloons, to keep from pummeling children and killing anybody, with these massive water balloons. Just gently, pick it up, but then when you would throw it, you would punch the air. That's what they say. You would hold on to the rubber and so the water would go and get the person soaking wet, but you'd still have the actual balloon. Because in a lot of cases, if you just throw it, it would just poof. I've done times where there was one time where there was this preteen camp and I just wiped this kid out. It slipped. I tried to do the punch and it just knocked this kid. He just fell on the ground and I had to pick him up. It was kind of a shock. It wasn't like he was crying, but he was just
Everybody must have done that, because I've done that before too.
It happens. Other times where I've tried to do the punch motion and then it wouldn't work, it wouldn't break, and then when I'd come back, it would get me wet. So it backfires on occasion.
Explain how the relay went.
There'd be games where you'd have to, one of them's called walrus or sea lion or something, and it was where you'd have these seal. Or you'd have the little ball pit balls like you get at when you're at McDonald's playing in the ball pits, and each member of the team would start at the beginning of the row and use their nose to scoot the ball all the way down through the grass and the mud to the end, and then they would have to come back, and everybody in your team would have to do that. So that would be an example of one game, and then you'd go to the next game and it'd be you'd have this this bed sheet that was soaking wet, and you try to find your lightest team member and you put them in there, and everybody carries them with one side and the other, and you carry them down, then carry them all the way back, and then just stuff like that. They'd change. I don't remember all of them. They were all, sometimes I wouldn't even know. I would roughly know what the game was. They would just be like, yeah, you got it,
Tell me about the banana split game.
Oh my gosh, that game.
I don't remember the name of it. I just remember chocolate banana.
It was something along the lines of banana split. But you would have, and we'd have our rec coaches would be just downright evil sometimes, and they would intentionally leave the chocolate and what else was there? There was
it shaving cream or whipped cream?
Shaving cream was what it was. Not whipped cream, it was shaving cream. So you couldn't even eat. It was disgusting. They would leave the shaving cream, the chocolate, and the bananas out in the sun just until Water Day. They would leave them outside in a big sunny spot until Water Day. So by the time Water Day came, the bananas were gross. The the chocolate was warm, and the shaving cream was warm, and it was like the shaving cream, you know, the kind that. The idea of it was to put a little bit of chocolate here, and then they would have to like you'd put it on the first one's face, and they would come around and like wipe it on the next one's face, and then they would do that until everybody had chocolate. But by the end, the chocolate wasn't really there, so I just kind of helped them out and just kind of. And then the funnest part was we'd get this disgusting old gross banana and like run it through the mud, and then like put it like on their shoulder, kind of like right here. I would like smudge it on, and then I would like sit it. And then they would have to like pass the banana down, like with their shoulder and like with their face. It's horrible, horrible. It's not sanitary.
How would like the games usually end?
Yeah, that would just be madness. It would just be, yeah, like I said, we had this big slip inside called Big Bertha. It was just a giant orange tarp that we'd run water down and soap, and just everybody would run down Big Bertha, and then there'd be just holes in the ground like where water had gathered up, and people would be sliding through the mud. And then we'd end typically with everybody would gather around the rec tower, and each team would do their chant, and then the support staff would choose a team that won that day, and then we would typically like take a big picture somehow, whether it be like the whole camp or sometimes it would just be the staffers. And I just remember after some water days being like, after all that had happened, it'd be like another 30 minutes, you know, watching everybody do the chant, and then we'd have to take the picture, and I'd be like baking in the sun, in the mud, so I'm like hot, smell bad, and we still have to take this picture, and I'm just like, I just want to go shower. I would definitely recommend it because besides all the fun and games and all the craziness, like spiritually it had a lot to do with the formation of who I am spiritually. Like it showed me, just with leaders we had in Clear, showed me how to seek the Lord on a day-to-day basis and how to make God not just an option, but the actual reason I live. Not only like grows you spiritually, but it grows you like it helps you to grow up. You know, they tell you how to make an interview, like how to actually do in an interview. Wear a watch, you dress nice, you be 10 minutes early. Like it helps you with day-to-day life. It's a trustworthy environment. It's a great environment. It's good. I'd recommend it.
Well, that's all my questions. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nate.